The Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial and Education Center was designed as a place of reflection to remember the victims, honor those who responded, celebrate the resilience of our communities and country, and educate future generations. Every aspect of the memorial was designed to pay respect to those killed on that fateful day in 2001. Within the design are hidden pieces of symbolism. At the center of the memorial is a 2,200-pound steel beam that had once served as a lower support beam for the North Tower of the World Trade Center complex in New York City. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey gave the steel to the memorial. It arrived in Kewaskum in August of 2014. The beam points southeast toward Ground Zero. The World Trade Center steel beam is anchored to a pentagon-shaped limestone foundation. The foundation itself pays tribute to the U.S. Pentagon, which was also attacked on September 11, 2001. Engraved on the Pentagon base are the words "Never Forget," reminding visitors of the rallying cry that brought our nation together after the attacks. Each point of the foundation is oriented toward one of the 5 learning stations: the teaching lectern, flight path map, Ascension sculpture, victims memorial, and twin tower trellises. The Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial and Education Center features a prominent amphitheater that provides seating for students, groups, families, and those who just wish to reflect. Engraved on the amphitheater are the words, "No day shall erase you from the memory of time," a quote by the poet Virgil, which is also prominently displayed at the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York. Directly in front of the amphitheater is a teaching lectern. The lectern is supported by 3 trident structures that are reminiscent of the signature architectural elements of the Twin Towers. In the southeast corner of the memorial's rotunda is the flight path map. This learning station details each of the 4 flights which were hijacked on September 11, 2001. The map details the times each of the flights departed, their flight paths, and where they ultimately ended. It also includes the number of innocent passengers and crew who were killed in the attacks, as well as a quote from former President George W. Bush. Susan Falkman carved the Ascension sculpture. The sculpture represents flames rising upwards, carrying the spirit of the victims and those who sacrificed their lives, helping others on 9/11. The Victims Memorial Learning Station features quotes by former President George W. Bush and Sandy Dahl, wife of Flight 93 pilot Jason Dahl. This area provides an overview of who the victims were and where they were when they were killed or injured in the attacks. The learning station also details the number of fire, police, first responders, and military personnel who were killed, and pays tribute to the more than 16,000 workers who responded and participated in the rescue, recovery, demolition, and cleanup operations after the attacks. Thousands have succumbed to illnesses caused by their exposure to toxins during the recovery efforts at the World Trade Center and Pentagon. In the northeast corner of the Memorial Rotunda are twin tower trellises, representing the World Trade Center towers. The trellises were designed to help visitors reflect on the fallen towers and the volunteers who toiled at Ground Zero to recover those lost or missing at the World Trade Center site. Sweet autumn clematis grows on the trellises and was chosen because it flowers in September during the time of the attacks. Clematis also symbolizes ingenuity because of its ability to aggressively climb over anything. Located near the Southwest Memorial sign is a survivor tree seedling. Following the attacks, a lone tree remained in the World Trade Center Plaza. While it was badly damaged, burnt, and mangled, the Calorie pear tree was rescued, taken to a sanctuary, and nursed back to health. This seedling, a clone of the survivor tree in New York, was gifted to the Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial and Education Center by the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in New York City. The ring of pear trees surrounding the 9/11 Memorial's rotunda serves as a reflection of the survivor tree. Behind the Memorial Amphitheater is a lone swamp white oak. This oak is reminiscent of the Oak Alley on the 9/11 Memorial Plaza in New York City. These trees were chosen because they're native to all 3 areas attacked on September 11, 2001: New York City, Arlington, Virginia, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Oak is also a symbol of strength, morale, resilience, and knowledge. The oak at the Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial is planted 754 inches from the center of the memorial, representing the 754 miles between Kewaskum and Ground Zero in New York City. In the northwest corner of the memorial is the Veterans Area. The Veterans Area pays tribute to Washington County veterans who served in the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. A memorial bench honors Kewaskum native Einar Ingman Jr., a Korean War Medal of Honor recipient. The Veterans Area at the Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial and Education Center serves to remember and thank those who pledged their lives for our freedom, and in some cases, made the ultimate sacrifice.